Easter festivities are kicking off close to home the last weekend of this month. Welcome to this week's Making It in Mount Juliet, sponsored by Two Rivers Ford. Be sure to catch the time and place for Easter in the Park at the end of today's show. Before that fun event, your Mount Juliet Chamber of Commerce president and show host Mark Hinsley introduces us to the owners of Me Time Drop-In Childcare, a daycare offering a safe setting where your little one can learn through play when you need to be away. Next, we travel over to visit with the executive director of Restop Ministries, a faith-based organization dedicated to helping female survivors of domestic sex trafficking. It's a first-of-its-kind housing model providing long-term, holistic, survivor-centered, trauma-informed care. Then later on, our associate sponsor, Busybee Plumbing, Heating and Air Conditioning, highlights the importance of good indoor air quality and maintenance with Mark ahead of the spring season. And what better time than now to welcome in a new relationship? This fella is said to be a true gentleman and the devoted type. Say hello to our pet of the week, Beaker. This handsome border collie mix loves long walks and any outdoor activity. We're told Beaker does well with other dogs and would likely do best with older kids who can keep up with his playful spirit. Is he your one? Could you be his? Connect with Beaker by reaching out to the Mount Juliet Animal Care and Control at 615-773-5533.
Let's face it, buying a vehicle should be straightforward and stress-free, and that's exactly how Two Rivers Ford has been doing business for decades. This locally owned dealership has a non-commissioned sales team whose only focus is to find you the right vehicle at the right price without the pressure. So you'll actually have a fun car buying experience. Great prices, easy financing, and a non-commissioned sales team. Two Rivers Ford, the South's most trusted Ford dealer.
Join Busybee's Beehive Club today. Priority service, routine maintenance, year-round comfort. Right now, buy this year and get next year free. Busybee, where you'll always be more than satisfied.
Welcome back to Making It in Mount Juliet. Thanks for joining us today. I want to thank our sponsors, Two Rivers Ford, Busybee Heating, Plumbing, and Air Conditioning for making this possible. I'm excited today. We're at Me Time Drop-In Daycare with my good friends Gerard, Sarah Bullock, and their lovely daughter Gianna. Truly a family-owned business, taking care of families right here in Mount Juliet. Sarah, thank you for what you're doing in our community. Tell us a little bit, if you would, your story of how Me Time came to be.
We opened up in 2017, and so it was basically out of necessity for our family. We had just moved here, we were transplants, and we needed to go to an event together within 1 week of moving here, and we had nobody. So it was kind of a scary situation, and it had me thinking about other people that might be in the same boat. What makes
Me Time maybe different from some of the other places in town?
We definitely are able to accommodate families where they're at, so we like to have extended hours 7 days a week, and they can just come in whenever they need us. There's no reservations, and we just like to be there for families who need that.
You know, pretty much from day one, I'd say even maybe before day one, you and your family were integrated into the community. You came to town and you got involved and you were everywhere, even serving on the planning commission, if I'm not mistaken. Right. So you have left an indelible mark in our community already, and I can't wait to hear what's to come. This isn't your only location.
No, we have another location. We're located in Murfreesboro as well. Yes, and we have a couple more getting ready to open up.
How many, at any one time, how many employees might be on staff at this store?
It could be anywhere from 5 to a dozen. It just depends.
I'm sure that you have to have a proportionate number of staff for how many children. That's got to kind of be a challenge, because maybe you don't know how many people you're going to have at any one time.
We never do, and we always have to accommodate for that. So,
do people make a reservation to drop their kids off?
Reservations for young ones, for infants, to make sure that she's within ratio. She stays within ratio within state regulations.
State regulations.
So the ratio is what I hear in my household all the time, is that we're trying to manage the ratio. So.
Yeah.
You know, that probably makes it a little bit unique, but I will say you're addressing one of the real needs that businesses and families have is affordable, quality, well-supervised, clean daycare for their kids. And you don't find that every place.
We're excited. We started in 2026 offering membership programs. So we offer reduced hourly rates. They get a free member, as a member they get a free hour every week. So parents love free childcare.
And then also we have to reach out to several employers to say, hey, look, you can help your employees by helping subsidize childcare by helping with their membership fees.
That's fantastic too, because when if you have young children, sometimes just getting a free hour at work to go take care of something can be a real challenge, and you can run out of time. That sounds like you're changing with the marketplace and also really being pretty creative.
And trying to be a family for people that may not have family around.
Well, those of us that know families who have brought their children in the past and still do today, they're lucky to have a place like this in town, and with a second location, the word just keeps on spreading. If someone's going to be dropping off their young ones maybe over mealtime, what can you do to help accommodate making sure that the kids get fed when they're supposed to?
Well, we do have a free snack option for the members, but also we offer breakfast, lunch, dinner. We have a menu. The kids get to point to the pictures, so they get super excited. Or they can bring in food. You know, you don't have to have a meal of ours as long as it's nut-free. We're a nut-free facility.
If somebody wants to look into this and maybe learn a little bit more, website, social media?
Yes, www.metimechildcare.com. And you know, you can give us a call. We answer that phone 20 million times a day. People still don't know who we are. So
you know, there's so many new people moving in here that it's hard to keep up with everything that's going on, and I hear that too. When did you build that? 12 years ago or whatever. So, but located conveniently on North Mount Juliet Road, right at the corner of Old Lebanon Dirt Road and North Mount Juliet Road. Great hours, I assume.
So the hours, a lot of people right now with the way the workforce is, they're trying to make their workplace flexible for daycare, but really the daycare is flexible. We're open from 8 o'clock in the morning. She closes at midnight on Friday and Saturday, 7 days a week.
Right.
So it's flexible. So she's done a good job of being really flexible, meeting employers and people where they are to make it flexible for them.
Well, thank you for what you're doing. Good to see you again. Gerard, great to see you again.
You too, Mark.
Miss Sarah, thank you very much. Look up Me Time Drop-In Daycare online.
Yes.
See for yourself how great it is. Make sure you tune in next time for Making It in Mount Juliet.
Well, I'm Michelle Speech. I'm the Executive Director and CEO here at Restop Ministries. We were the very first here in Tennessee to start a residential care program, but it was it's 18 to 24 months, but it's 24/7 care for female adult survivors of sex trafficking. When they come here to the farm, it is to rest, it's to stop oppression. And how we do that is through 3 pillars. And that's our residential aspect of it, our social enterprise aspect of it, and our alumni aftercare. Well, we know that the long term, they need that. They need the 18 to 24 months, care that they have. And they really, some programs, I think we can even go longer. I think we can even go into 3 years, to be honest with you. Because through that, first 18 months when you come in, it's that rest. That's really why that rest stop, or really kind of rest and stopping, but that rest is, the medical care, the mental health part of it, the trauma-informed care that they need to have as well. And that's something that they just, it takes time. And then they get into the workforce social empowerment part of it, where we're, financial literacy. We're getting many for GED, for school. So we're getting them workforce ready. Some of them have never had a job. So we have an opportunity to help them with that. And then the alumni part of it is, once they graduate from this program, then we are able to still come alongside with them for a whole year and still give them case management, still give them, therapy. We give them rent subsidies. So we're with them, we hope forever, because we have, meet with them alumni once a month, and then we have, our alumni retreat. So it's important that we have that continuum of care, that 360 care that we are, that we're working with them on. So, and it takes time. When they first get here, we have 6 phases into our program that they work through, and each one of them is receiving an individualized care program. So while one may move quicker to one phase of that program, one may need a little more time because, they all come in here with different trauma, different mental health, different medical needs, and, it just takes time, to work through that. They're from all over the country. Right now, our ages range from 19 up to 43 years old. I think I'd shared with you earlier when we spoke, the average age is 30s that a woman leaves. The average time is like 14 years, that they have. Well, I like to bring the alumni in, and for the very first time, we have one of our graduates that has come out, graduated, been a part of the alumni program, and we've hired her to be on staff, to come be one of our residential coaches. And for the women to see that, it's phenomenal. It's like, you can do this, She shares her story, so she mentors them while she's here. And for them to see she graduated the program, went through alumni, and now has a full-time job outside of that, and also taking this job on because she wants to be there with them. It's phenomenal. So, we're getting ready to have 2 women graduate, which is phenomenal. They're going to graduate together, and it's wonderful for these women to see that graduation, to see that happen with them.
How can we support and help you all do the work that you're doing? Where can we get more information?
Well, you can go to restopministries.org. You can also look at goodhopefarms.org, which is our workforce empowerment, where you can go there and find out more information how you can get involved. We do not have any federal support right now, so we rely on our grants and individual donations. So please go to our website and you can donate that way. Our corporate sponsors, we just put a new corporate partnership together, and we'd love corporate partners to come with us and come along and support this work so we can serve more women. And one thing that we're starting to do this year is we're starting a guild. So it's a Good Hope Farms Guild. So you can join the guild, and we can do one in every county, in Wilson County, Davidson County, Rutherford County. I think we're going to be out in Goodlettsville, there's a county out there. That can come alongside, work with the women, help with our workforce empowerment here at Good Hope Farms, help, with the products that we're making. Then we also ask that they have a fundraiser of their own, which could be a bake sale, could be whatever that you want it to be. It could be your own. One wants to have a tea for hope. There's different things we can do. So I would say go online, find out more information, join the guild. You can volunteer. We have team groups. We have teams that want to come out and help with the property. We have women that want to come and do arts and crafts. There's quilting, there's sewing, there's all kinds of, there's pottery, there's yoga. We like to bring that in. So there's a lot of different ways that you can come alongside and volunteer and show your support. And you can also join this year. We have on August 29th, we have our gala, which is calling Unmasking Freedom, a Farm to Fork event, August 29th. So you can go to our website and find that out. And that's what we do here. We unmask freedom for these women. And the other thing is, when each woman comes in here, they have a mask that they do, and it is a mask of who they see they are, and they come in, and then it's the mask of who they are now. And that's really that unmasking that freedom. And so that's something that we're really working on and doing. We also have a half and half marathon that we'd love for people. So those who love to run, November 14th, please go to our website. You can do info@restopministries.org and send an email there as well, but you can go to the website and find out how you can join and be a part of that race, how you can volunteer, how you can give, how you can be a part of the gala. There's just so many different ways, and it's powerful to know, again, for these women to know that this community, they care, they want to be there, they want to support them in their restoration.
You've all heard it before. You get what you pay for. Here at Busybee, we're not the cheapest. We're a premium service company. Don't take my word for it. Check out our reviews. 24/7 emergency service, top-tier talent we hire for skill and for care, premium parts and equipment so the job lasts, and our more than satisfied promise from a local company that stands behind every job. Busybee, where all the buzz is about great service.
When I think of Delta Dental now, it's really their core values. It's the volunteerism, it's the giving back.
Delta Dental gives us 10,000 toothbrushes. So twice a year, we have these children that are going home with food that may not have weekend food, and they're also getting a toothbrush.
The best partners are the ones that truly do impact the community together, and I don't think there's a better example of that than our partnership with Delta Dental.
Hello again, friends. My name is Mark Hinsley with the Chamber of Commerce in Mount Juliet, and we are excited today to be in the corporate headquarters of Busybee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning, located in a magnificent facility right here in Mount Juliet. I'm with Brock today. Thank you for joining me. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you all for coming here and talking a little bit more about Busybee, what we can offer our citizens here in Wilson County.
Well, I'll tell you, your first impression is off the charts. Such friendly people, welcoming here, awards hanging on the wall, recognition. You guys have something really special going on over here.
Absolutely. Well, you know, the old saying is it starts with the people, and we certainly have a fantastic team here, and we're proud to have them. And once you get good people in a room and all paddling in the right direction, things like this happen. So we're excited to be here today with you.
Speaking of your team, you've got quite a large team over here, don't you?
Yes, we do. We've seen a lot of growth in the past 2 or 3 years, and we've seen talent come in and people stick around. And like I said, paddling in the right direction, good things start to happen. So
it's a lot easier when everybody's going in the same point, isn't it?
That's very true. Yes, it helps.
Well, you can't hardly go a day without seeing your vehicles out on the road. Great Google reviews. I looked at that. Your reputation is impeccable. And uniquely enough, you have a product and a service that at some point probably everybody's going to need.
Yes, if you own a home, we are definitely on your list. You will have our trucks in your driveway at some point, from heating and air to plumbing to indoor air quality. You know, springs are coming up here soon, so have a lot of questions about how do I get better air, or you know, how can I have my unit being as most efficient as possible. So yes, certainly happy to answer all those questions today, and maybe we'll dig into some of the other ones.
People might not think about trends in air quality and things like that, but as folks become more educated, more places they get the news, they probably start thinking a little bit more about how important air quality is, especially maybe in recent years.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 points. The first one is, even, you know, the main news channels, they have an index of kind of what the air quality is like outside. So, you know, we take that a step further and we talk about indoor air quality. So when you close the door behind you, what kind of air quality are you and your family breathing in? And there's actually, if you go on Google Trends, it's Google Trends, just look it up on Google and you type in indoor air quality, you can notice that around 2019 to 2020, there's a huge spike in people actually searching the term, specifically indoor air quality. So not even just necessarily something we think about, this is something that the consumers are thinking about, and how do I get the best quality of air for my family and I.
You know, as everybody was masking up and worrying about what they were breathing and stuff, it makes sense that some of that would stick around, and maybe people have pets. That might be something that maybe the air quality needs to be treated a little bit differently than somebody that doesn't have pets.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's several factors that really determine what the unique setup looks like, and we can go over some of the options that we offer to make your home and your air as clean as possible.
When someone calls and says, you know, I'd like to have them come out, you'll go out and check on air quality and things like that for people, whether they know what they need or not?
Yes, I think that's probably the most important thing, is to actually have a representative, a subject matter expert that knows, has done this for several years, and comes in and does a thorough evaluation, not just to recommend one thing or the other, but actually goes in and does the investigative work beforehand, takes pictures, gets in the crawl space, looks at your ducts, looks at what units you have, the whole nine. And then once he's able to get all of that information, those pictures, and really inform the customer, hey, this is what I'm seeing. This is your unique setup. You have 3 pets, you know, just as an example. You have 3 children. All of those components really come into like a customized, tailored solution that we would provide, and start making those, offering those solutions to the customer.
Somebody that might be doesn't know what that might look like. When you mentioned a minute ago pictures, I know that when you came out to my house, it's hard to imagine, okay, so a raccoon or a skunk or something did some damage to ductwork.
There you go.
But until I saw the pictures of what they did to ductwork under the house, I would not have imagined something like that. So you take pictures and videos, and you can show people for themselves what's happening right in the crawl space or in the ducts.
Because, I mean, just think about it this way. So if somebody just comes in and they agree with you that you need your air ducts cleaned, Well, if there's a slit in the air ducts, then guess what? As soon as we leave, you're also going to need your air ducts cleaned again. So if you don't go ahead and really investigate and do a thorough evaluation of potentially why you do have ducts in your, or dust or dirt in your air ducts, the toys and the crayons, you could probably figure that out on your own, why that's there, right? At least I do at my home with my girls. Yeah, the hole in the floor, and the kids are putting things in the air ducts. But all jokes aside, once you do a thorough evaluation, then you can really educate the customer on, hey, this is what we need to attack. Here's the most important things. You triage those, and then maybe put the bells and whistles at the end, right? But you have to know what's going on first before you can make an accurate, recommendation on how to move forward.
Well, in a minute, maybe we're going to hear from a specialist on that.
Absolutely.
Gentlemen, be joining you in a minute.
We have Matt Cook. He is our subject matter expert. He is over the HVAC department. He's spent several years in the field. He's spent several hours, I would say, over time under houses, under homes. He knows what to look for, and then he can also walk you through technically what we offer and how it's going to mitigate all of the dirty air. And make it the best that it can be, so you have that pristine air that you want for your family.
Well, we'll look forward to hearing from him in just a minute, but I think I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about your community involvement and your integration into the community. You're certainly making it happen in Mount Juliet, that's for sure. We see it at the home shows in Lebanon.
Oh, yeah.
You all just don't miss much.
We don't miss much. We love where we're at. We love the people around us. We love servicing the families. I mean, that really is what it's all about. With the ice storm, for instance, we were very busy. We were one of the only ones in Middle Tennessee with 24/7 service during that time. And I know Matt can speak to this as well, that, a lot of the times with the ice, we were still getting to people's homes, but we have to park down at the bottom of the hills, and these technicians were walking up to people's homes because they don't have air or they don't have heat, and that's important. It sounds somewhat silly maybe to some, but when you don't have power, you don't have heat or air, that's a big deal. So being able to provide that service, that's really what it's all about for us.
Between Middle Tennessee Electric and you guys, I made it through without any problems.
Love it.
Heating and air conditioning. So
love it.
Thank you very much. Look forward to hearing from Matt.
Absolutely.
Hey, thank you and your team for being one of the sponsors for making it in Mount Juliet. Along with Two Rivers Ford, we couldn't do this without you.
It's our pleasure to serve.
Thank you.
I'm Matt Cook. I'm the HVAC service manager here at Busybee, and today we're going to be talking about indoor air quality and why it's important for your home. Indoor air quality is very important because not only do you live in your home, but you have to breathe the air in your home. And the number one thing that a lot of homeowners don't realize is how dirty their indoor air really is. And having Busybee out, we'll do a thorough evaluation. We have what's called a CPS machine that we'll set up inside your home, and it will read all the junk and nastiness inside your air, and it will tell you everything you need to know about the VOCs, the carbons in your air, any of the allergens in your air. It'll give us a readout of that, and we'll be able to know exactly what we need to treat to help you breathe better inside your home. So obviously a lot of people have pets. A lot of people forget, unfortunately, that they do have an air filter that needs to be changed once a month. Even though that the package says every 3 months, I do recommend that being changed every month. But a lot of those customers have those pets and they don't realize how much of that hair is getting drawn into that return and then cycling through their evap coil and then being blown back into their duct system over time. Carpet holds a whole lot of dust and a whole lot of allergens. Even though you could tell me you vacuum all day long, I promise you it is still holding a ton of allergens. And so all that is just getting sucked back into your unit, and it's just one big loop. Every time you open the door, it sucks more allergens in from the outside, and it's just one big loop that gets transferred back and forth into your home. Well, your filter you want to change monthly, or as I would like to say, and when I was in the field, I would tell the customers, change it as frequently as you can afford, because we don't know everybody's financial situations. So change it as frequently as you can afford. But as far as your HVAC equipment goes, you want to have that service twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall, to make sure that they're ready to go for the season ahead, and to stay on top of any unnecessary breakdowns that could occur in the hottest or the coldest parts of the year. For me in my own home, I like to run the cheapest pleated filter I can buy, and I change it every month. Now, if you have a home, you're in a home and you have kids or somebody in the home has super bad allergies, going up in MERV rating, which is how they determine the airflow through that filter, going up in MERV rating will allow you to collect a little bit more dust, but it also restricts airflow from the system. So you really, really want to make sure you stay on top of changing that filter, because it's already a restricting filter, and then once you put it in 3 or 4 weeks later, it's dirty and it's even more restricting as it gets dirtier. So that will cause premature failure of your HVAC equipment.
At Busybee, we deliver premium service, 24/7 emergency help, top-tier technicians, premium parts. That's why Middle Tennessee is switching to Busybee, where all the buzz is about great service.
We get up early to work hard. We're American-made and Tennessee strong. We've been selling Ford trucks for over 40 years. We're Two Rivers Ford. Ford Truck Central.
Mark your calendars. Easter in the Park is taking place on Saturday, March 28th. This free family Easter event is happening from 11 to 2 at Charlie Daniels Park. Not only will the youngsters snag candy, but will be able to bounce off that sugar rush on inflatables. Thank you for joining us. Be sure to catch our latest Making It in Mount Juliet Wednesdays at noon.